All right, so the car's here in the garage, and before we get started on doing anything on it, I have to give a shout out to Elise that made my new channel icon. She surprised me with that after I posted the last video, so I changed it, but it didn't appear, or I didn't get to give her credit in the last video. So thank you, Elise, for that. Now let's get talking about Higgins. I don't know if you remember from the last video talking about the throttle shaft setup and how I was glad I put it in before the engine was in. Well, now once I saw this, I was super glad that I put it in the body before we dropped it down on the chassis. Wiring is done on the regulator, and yeah, we still need to get our two fuses that don't protect a whole lot. But now we're going to start messing with the rest of the throttle linkage. Let me put this light here, because I have yet to find a good picture of how it goes from here all the way over to this carburetor and works the linkage. I know that this bolt is for mounting it, but I don't know if there's anything else in here that is required to make all that mess work. So we're going to see. All right, so it wasn't so hard to figure out after all. That's pedal to the metal, and that's idle. And this pushes up on the butterfly shaft and the carbs. I'll show you once the carbs are on. The other thing, as I was sitting here staring at it, this starter's loose, so I got to tighten that before I put the carbs in my way. So let's do that. Alright, so the other thing I got going on is I need to swap out this battery cable. This was for running it when it was just a bare chassis in the storage unit. I got to get it a longer one that comes up to here. This is our starter solenoid. So yeah, got to do that. Got to I don't know if you can see it, plug where I put my O2 sensor bung in the exhaust so I can analyze. Let's see if I can get you down in there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I'm not going to leave the O2 sensor in there full time, and juice all this side of the car up before I put those carbs on, because those carbs are going to be a huge hindrance to doing anything below them. So it'll be a minute before those go on, but we're still making progress. Today we're going to seal this gas tank so it doesn't ever rust out, because I don't own the gas tank factory. So step one is to get rid of all the loose stuff inside. That's easier said than done, but we're going to do our best. This is the Bill Hirsch fuel tank repair kit. And this is what we're going to use. This is the stuff that Moss Motors would sell us. We bought it from them. I think they drop ship it right from them, but have markup. So, ooh, look. Peanuts. My brother Rob loves these things. I should bag them up and send them to him. Okay, so we took the fuel line off and plugged it with a steel plug. I'm going to plug these two holes with just aluminum tape. Okay kids, now it's story time with the 50-pound brain. Now when you get wicked chemicals like this, and you want to change containers, especially if it's in a plastic bottle, you need to look at what number plastic it is. This is plastic, this is number 2 plastic, HDPE, high density polyethylene. Now this is mixed up per the directions of this entire bottle, quart to a quart of warm water. But it is in a number 2 HDPE bottle. I know for a fact that this stuff, which I'm pretty sure is just purple power like you can get at Home Depot in the concentrated 5-gallon jug, but it will eat through number 1 plastic, which is what most soda bottles are number 1. And I learned that the hard way. So, moral of the story is, if you're gonna stick with a plastic bottle for wicked chemicals, make sure you stay with the same number plastic bottle. So, story time's over. Let's get back to work. We're gonna dump this in. And we're gonna slosh it around. Okay, so we've taped up the filler neck. All the other holes are full. Yeah, she's leaking a little bit, but that's okay. I wondered how well the tape was gonna stick, but that's okay. I don't think this tank is too bad inside anyway, but we're doing this anyway, just because that's what the directions say. So we'll let that sit for a little bit and come and agitate it again. So this is the inside of the tank after just the cleaning. I haven't even done the etching part yet. This tank's actually in pretty good shape, but yeah, it could still use some love. That's the bottom. We're looking through the filler neck hole, so that place would always be wet, and if there's water in the gas, that's where it's going to sit, and that's probably what this is from that you see now. So we didn't get much farther. In fact, we didn't get any farther on the tank than step 1, which was slosh around the purple power and let it dry out. I've been out of town, and for steps 2 and 3, the instructions say that the tank needs to be above 70 degrees, and it hasn't been above 70 degrees. So that's kind of hindered us in progress as far as sealing the tank. Because once we get the tank installed, then we can get the fuel line installed up to the carburetors, and just everything seems to start coming together after that. So, but we're pressing on. I've got to travel out of town again. We may not have much progress on old Higgins this week, unfortunately. I've got to go test spaceship parts again. So, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, all that YouTube required stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching.